Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from the beautiful Carolinas. Today's topic is going to be don't give up. Don't ever give up. Think about that for a minute. Everyone, if you like the content, please like, subscribe, and share. So you're on the healing path and you are facing many challenges. Perhaps you are still looking at removing yourself from the relationship. Maybe it's getting divorced. Maybe it's children, assets. Maybe it's relocating. Maybe it's just processing the fact that you were in a relationship with a toxic, narcissistic person. There are so many different nuances to the healing path and to breaking free from the narcissistic abusive cycle. But one thing is for sure, every day you will be tested, just like you were tested when you were in that relationship, just like you're being tested right now. And again, not trying to trigger you or upset you. I once was where you are perhaps, or perhaps you are now at the pinnacle of indifference, the mountaintop of indifference, and you've healed and you now understand that that relationship was something that you had to go through. There was no other way. But one thing you did do if you reach the pinnacle, or if you are in the healing process and on the healing path, is you're not going to give up. You will face dark nights. You will face maybe even the dark night of the soul. You will lose weight. You will gain weight. You will have moments in time when you just don't feel like getting out of bed. You will have moments in time when you are ruminating, when you are thinking about how you could have fallen for the mask of the narcissist, why the narcissist doesn't love you, why they never loved you and they don't love anybody, how somebody could act like they did care about you when in fact it was quite the opposite. They wanted to inflict as much damage upon you as possible. All of these things and so many more you will experience, and you'll have to process these things on the healing path. If this is your first video you're ever consuming, understand that where you are today is not where you will be in 3 months, in 6 months, in 9 months, or in 12 months, because the healing path will always be going forward. Every once in a while you will be taking a step backwards, but the goal and the focus is healing and moving forward, and eventually going no contact and blocking the narcissist, etc. All the things I am mentioning in this video and on the channel virtually every day for over 3.5 years are to give you tools to help you slow your life down, to help you process the narcissistic abusive relationship, to help you realize that in fact where you are right now is exactly where you're supposed to be. You may not agree with that. You may say, no, I should be here or I should be somewhere else, etc. I once had that mindset myself, but I don't. I no longer do. I now know that I am exactly where I'm supposed to be. I'm supposed to be right in the middle of this forest creating this video for you, and wherever you are, you're supposed to be consuming it. Maybe you're going to bed, maybe you're waking up having morning coffee, maybe you're on a walk, maybe you are exercising, maybe you're on a plane, a train, an automobile, who knows? But you are consuming the content, you're getting the wisdom, you are applying the tools, you're becoming awakened and aware, educated and empowered, and you're beginning to understand, or you already do understand, that giving up is not an option, and that in fact you are the priority. You come first, second, and third. When you were in that narcissistic relationship, what you did is you put the narcissist high up on a pedestal. You believed in the mask. You believed in the words that they told you. You believed that they would keep their words of the future, i.e. future faking. All of the things that the narcissist told you, we need to understand one thing. They were all lip service. The narcissist has nothing to them. There's no core to them. There's no accountability, there's no introspection, there's no genuineness, there's no authenticity. The narcissist just mirrored back to you what you wanted to see when you were in that relationship until the relationship broke, or until you were discarded, or until you ended it, or until you got your first light bulb moment and went down the rabbit hole of education and exploration. You realized, oh my goodness, this person is a narcissist, they're toxic, they're checking off all the boxes. Well, that's what we all do. Eventually, everybody in the community found out what narcissism was one way or the other. Maybe it was their dentist who told them, hey, I think you're married to a narcissist. Maybe it was their friend who said, hey, check this video out. Maybe it was you taking notes on your smartphone when you were married to the narcissist, but you didn't quite know what they were. And after you got discarded, you began to dig deeper. And then lo and behold, you figured out a couple simple words like spouse won't talk to me, took you down the rabbit hole of bing, 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 ding, 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 narcissism. And then you're in disbelief. And perhaps you were wailing on the ground, shocked that you didn't understand this and you didn't know what it was, but yet you fell for the mask. But what you did is you picked yourself up by the bootstraps. You dusted yourself off. You began to heal. You began to slowly get stronger. You began to put the narcissist and that relationship in the past. Of course, you had to process things, and this did take time. It took a lot of time, but you understood that every minute you were away from the narcissist, you were getting stronger. Of course, caveat, were there challenges in between? Absolutely. Breaking the trauma bond is one of the most challenging, if not the most challenging thing to do known to humankind, but I did it. If I did it, you can do it. And if you did it, pay it forward and drop comments on the video. But the whole point of this video is don't give up. Don't ever give up. You will have challenging times. You will face more and more adversity until you finally go no contact and block these people, and until you remove the tethers from the narcissistic relationship. Bear in mind also, the narcissist post-relationship, they will not give you closure. They will not give you closure. They don't want you to heal. They don't want you to figure out who they are. They don't want you to see behind the mask, and they don't want you to put yourself back together. But that's what you're doing. That's what I've done, and that's what the path is. The path is to understand that these people almost took you down for the count, but they didn't. They failed, just like they fail in every relationship they enter, because they're always trying to break these relationships over and over and over again. And be kind to yourself if you went back to the narcissist more than once. Let's say that you accepted a Hoover. Side note, pro tip, don't ever, and I mean ever, accept a Hoover. It will never benefit you. It didn't benefit you in the past, and it won't benefit you now or in the future. But if you did, that was your path. You had to go back a couple times until you finally understood that this person is not changing. They're only deteriorating over time. They're delusional. They're painting the past in a different way, i.e. gaslighting you, and they are not going to be accountable and not take any blame for that relationship or any responsibility for the relationship, because what they wanted to do was blame shift you and guilt you into thinking that you were the one that broke the relationship. Nothing, and I mean nothing, could have been further from the truth. The narcissist knows what they're doing. They know what they're doing now, and they know what they're doing right now with the new supply. But on the healing path, you understood that this will be very challenging. You'll have sleepless nights when you can't go to bed at all, and you'll have to be journaling, or you'll have to be crying, or you'll have to experience the angry stage, or let some anger out, maybe smashing a pillow. Of course, you don't want to hurt yourself, but these things that you will be doing are instrumental to healing, because when you were in the relationship with the narcissist was repressing your emotions. They did not want you to express yourself. You became a shell. You became an extension of the narcissist. You lost your identity to the narcissist. You were doing virtually anything that they wanted you to do when they wanted you to do it. And you did not have direction back then. You were existing in the narcissistic fog. You were being devalued more and more each and every day. And the narcissist kept on pressing on that gas pedal of abuse. They kept on dipping you into the deep end of manipulation. And they kept on trying to create drama and create fires that you would have to put out. Very, very challenging relationships are what the narcissistic relationships are. This is the relationship you need to heal from. Again, I am not trying to trigger you or upset you. I'm letting you know that this isn't just an average relationship where you just sit down, you have a cup of coffee, and you part ways after discussing who did what and how they could improve in the next relationship. That's not what you get. These relationships end with a thud, a crash, a bang. They are very damaging, very challenging to process, but that's what you're going to have to do. And one of the things I mention very frequently during videos is you're going to have to understand the glossary, the terms, the definitions on the narcissistic abusive cycle. Example, what is triangulation? My least favorite thing that these people do. What is stonewalling? What is the smear campaign? On and on and on. And you will get educated, because that's what we all do. Because what you will do is as you're journaling and as you're processing things, you will be coupling your real life experiences with these terms. And then you'll say, yes, they did it. This is what they did then. This is what they did then. Oh my gosh, that's what that was. And then that's when you really understand that all the weight of that relationship was placed on your shoulders. There was none of the weight placed on the narcissist's shoulders. They were a parasite taking anything they could from you. And that relationship was going to expire. It was going to end one day. And sure enough, it did. Maybe it ended a couple weeks for you. Maybe it was a year ago. Maybe it was 5 years ago. Maybe it was 20 years ago, and you're coming back to get topped up on narcissistic abuse, information, and education. Whenever it ended, that was when it was supposed to end, because the narcissist had taken everything from you they possibly could, which again included your time, energy, money, love, empathy, your network of friends, your hobbies, your health, your tangible assets. They took everything they possibly could. And once they knew that they had taken everything from you, that's when they inserted the new supply, most likely. And then they just slithered away onto that new supply. And the new supply, remember, they are not getting it any better than you were. Don't think for a minute the new supply is in a relationship with the narcissist and it's all puppies and rainbows and unicorns and butterflies, because that's not the case. The new supply is one of three people. One, they're a challenging, toxic, narcissistic person. Two, they are a recycled source of supply. Or three, there's somebody just like you, and they didn't have the wisdom back then. They didn't know what narcissism was and that it is prevalent on the planet. But any way you slice it, the new supply is not getting it better than you. So that is another huge instrumental part on the healing path, processing that. Another part is when you're not going to give up, don't ever give up, is the rumination. There will be times when you'll be ruminating and you'll be thinking about the good times in the narcissistic relationship. That's something we all do. And when the relationship has ended recently, the rumination tends to be stronger. But the further you get away from the relationship, the further you get away from the narcissist, and the more you process the things that happened and the experiences in the narcissistic relationship, the less rumination will appear. That is 100% a fact, because the rumination, as you get away from the narcissist in the relationship and you process things and you slow your life down, you take stock of the people you're surrounded yourself with, you journal, you meditate, you heal childhood wounds, you watch videos, you read, you create. The more you do this and you stay in that insulation period, the cocoon of boundaries is what I call it, that's when you heal and you understand that getting out of that relationship is necessary. It was necessary, and it's imperative to go no contact. But why you don't give up, don't give up, don't ever give up, because you're going to be faced with challenging days and challenging experiences. Think about a trigger. Let's pretend that you still live in the same location where the narcissist lives. Well, if you have to go to the store to pick up some items or go to the gym where they are, where they exercise, that's going to be challenging. You're going to have to find a new gym or go at different times when the narcissist won't be around. The same thing with the store. Maybe you want to change the store you're going to or go to the same store at different times so you don't bump into the narcissist. There are thousands, and I mean thousands, of layers of the onion to be peeled back post-narcissistic relationship. But to reinforce this for you in this motivational video, don't give up. Don't ever give up. Continue moving forward each and every day, continuing to learn, continue to heal, continue to process things, continue to understand that that relationship almost took you down, but it didn't. And you are here and you are improving and your health is returning, your finances are returning, your clarity, meaning your mental clarity, is returning. Your friend groups perhaps are returning. You're rebuilding your life. This is what we all must do on the healing path. So many of us post-narcissistic relationship have had to not only get divorced, but we experienced parental alienation from our own children or stepchildren. We also had to start our lives all over again. Many of us have had to sell our houses or apartments or condos or properties, and we've had to move to different parts of the world to get as far away as we possibly could from the toxicity of the narcissist. If that's what you've done or that's what you're doing, that is a very wise decision. If you have that ability, I applaud you. You should take advantage of it, because being in the same zone as the narcissist, it's not good. They want to zap your energy. And if you have to be in the same city or town as them and you have the ability to relocate, I strongly suggest you do that. But remember, don't give up. Don't ever give up. On the healing path, you will have some very challenging days. You'll have some great days. You'll have some setbacks. You'll have some discoveries. You will have light bulb moments. You'll have moments of disbelief. You'll have moments of tears. You'll have moments of the anger stage. You'll have moments of, I can't believe I'm here. How did I get here? What happened? You'll have moments of processing what certain songs meant, or what certain holidays meant, or why the narcissist was up late at night, always on their smartphone or smartphone so late at night. All the things you'll be processing will put together the pieces of the puzzle, and it will allow you to heal. Because one thing is for sure, if you were not in a narcissistic relationship and you made it this far in the video, well, then there's nothing to heal from. You're just probably you're watching the video to become educated and understand what narcissism is. But if it was a stable or healthy person you were in a relationship with, you wouldn't have to heal. Maybe it would take you a couple weeks or a couple days, and maybe you would just be, okay, that's rough, but I'm moving on. But you wouldn't be craving the wisdom. You wouldn't be craving the knowledge. You wouldn't be exploring and spending so much time on YouTube and researching and reading and reading books and understanding other people's experiences and reading comments in the comments section. But the reason you're doing that is because you have to heal, and you want to compare your experiences with other people's experiences, and mine included. You want to get the wisdom, and you want to apply the tools, and you want to understand, was it just you? Were you the narcissist? Did you do everything you possibly could have to work on the relationship and work for the relationship? Number one, you're not the narcissist. Number two, you're in the community and you're getting the wisdom. Number three, again, I can't say this enough, this is the relationship you need to heal from. And that's why you are watching narcissistic videos, and that's why you're becoming awakened and aware, educated, and empowered. You know that this relationship was very challenging, and I'm being very polite with my words. It almost did a lot more damage to you than it did, but you got out when you got out. And if you are being difficult with yourself or being hard on yourself, saying, I should have left so much earlier, what was I doing? I knew all the signs. It's the narcissistic abusive cycle. Be kind to yourself. The narcissist drew you back in somehow, some way. And you were manipulated again to stay for a longer part of the relationship. So be kind to yourself. Be patient with yourself. If this is the first video you're ever watching, I strongly suggest you continue to get educated on narcissistic abuse, because you are here for a reason. You're not watching videos on memes or videos on something else. You're watching a very serious topic that so many of us started off doing by getting videos and watching them and consuming them over and over and over again. And I'll tell you again, once you're done, once you've reached the pinnacle of indifference, my hope is you don't need the videos. My hope is you're living your best life and you come back just to check in with the community and say hi, but you're living your best life and you're taking a class, teaching a class, reading a book, writing a book. You're doing whatever you want to do, but you're doing things that serve you. So before I close the video, I will just let you know, do not give up. Don't ever give up. This thing called life is a journey. It will take you very high and it will take you low. Just like think about the money, whatever money you have in your bank account right now. In the past, you probably had more than you have right now. But in the future, you will have way more than you had in the past, because that's how it is in the narcissistic abusive cycle. And that's how it is in life. One day you're on top, the next day you're down below. And you will be going all around, in and out and upside down when you're in the relationship. But when you're out of it, everything returns back to you. Your looks, your health, your finances, your friend groups, everything returns back, but it won't return back in a quick second. And there is no magic pill or magic wand to be waved. This is a journey, it's an experience. And the way to heal is to go no contact with the narcissist, to block them, to remove any tethers you have to them, to cut the 4 ties, which are the emotional tie, the financial tie, the physical tie, and the spiritual tie. And when you cut those and you really understand that, okay, I'm out of it, I'm healing, I'm processing things, and it's gonna be a journey, but I still have to stick on course, and I will not quit. I will never quit. When you realize that, that is a good thing. That's where the doors of abundance will open up for you, and that's where you will find yourself, the real third version of yourself, the strongest, most galvanized version of you known to humankind. So everyone, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from the beautiful Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon, evening, or morning, no matter where you are on the planet. You are not alone. Remember that you are not alone. God bless you. I love you all. And pay this video forward. And don't forget, like, subscribe, and share. Hit the buttons. Let's get the community growing. And please understand, one more time, don't give up. Don't ever give up. I love you all. God bless you. And I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye. Oh, I'll give you a smile. Bye.